It's a fucking metaphor. It's like a simile. Huh? Huh? Once again, thanks to Quiet Viking for that incredible intro. Thank you very much. Biggest Dickus the Fourth kicked in 500 bits. Tell me as many metaphors as you can back to back. Ah, fuck. So the frog wants to cross the river, and so he's getting ready to go, and the scorpion says, "Hey, frog, come on, help me out, bro, help me out, bro, help me out, bro, come on, hey, come on, bro, holla, come on, dude, come on." And the frog's like, "Dude, I can't. How am I gonna help you cross the river?" And the scorpion's like, "Dude, I'll get on your back. You just carry me on your back. We'll go right across the river. It'll be super easy, like that." And the scorpion went like that with his little claws. And the frog said, "Dude, you're gonna just sting me because you're a scorpion. You fucking sting me. You're an asshole." And he's like, "Nah, man. If I sting you, we'll both drown. Don't worry about it." So the frog's like, "Okay, I'll come on my back." And then the scorpion gets on the frog's back, and then he immediately fucking stings him. And the frog's like, "We're fucking drowning now. What? Why'd you fucking do that?" And the scorpion goes, "Lamau. Haha. Bitch." Think about it. That actual original metaphor is actually fantastic. That the scorpion cannot help it because it is in his nature. That is an ancient little fable that's basically stay away from toxic people. Before the word toxic even existed. Some people are just fucking assholes. And the only thing you can do is not let them ride your back. And that's it. That's it. That's the whole story. Blue Wizard kicked in a sub. Thanks, man. Good evening, Pat. I'm happy to see you're well, but seriously, you've been complaining for over a month about your sleep. Here I find you at 1 a.m. Eastern, playing again, and I hear you snap some monster or some such. It's a Coke. Please be mindful of your health. I appreciate the sentiment, but the reason I complain about my sleep is that I have a child. Toxic people can suck your toxic penis. That's weird. I get it though. Okay, so the baby has decided to do the funniest shit that any baby in the whole world has decided to do. All right? So my little man will be sitting down and he will stand straight up. He'll stand straight up and he's like, you know what I mean? Like he'll stand like this, like, and you're like, "Come on, buddy. Come on. You can do it. Come on, you want to walk over to Dada?" And he does this. Nah, and sits down. I swear to God. I'm so serious. He does that like 10 times a day. He absolutely could walk if he felt like it. Like 100%. He is choosing to not do it. Because he thinks it's funny. Gotta respect it. Tortuga Time gifted us up. Thank you. Alan Deadman says, Pat, while you were gone, I decided to go beat the optional dungeon. Seeing the Minotaur gave me SMT4 PTSD, but I managed to beat it somehow. He's even weak to ice, dude. It's the same boss fight. So to those of you who don't know, in Shin Megami Tensei 4, there is a mandatory boss fight against Minotaur, who is fairly early in the game. And holy fuck! That is a filter. He is brutal. Hope you got Bufu. By the way, the Rabbi 101 sub. Thanks, man. All right, hey, man. I'm feeling good. Are you feeling good? I'm feeling good. So if we're all feeling good, let's drink a Coke, stay up late, and learn about that metaphor. Feeling good about potentially being good. That new Dragon Ball game has a hard wall and a boss. I've heard many things about Great Ape Vegeta. I've heard that he is fucking on you. Oh, the autosave's a minute later. Weird. All right.
There they are.
I'm a fucking abacus nerd, losers.
Great moves back there.
That is a cool fucking sword. Man, there's gonna be a dungeon at some point during this playthrough that I'm just gonna fucking grind out to shit.
They're weak to fire. Let's heat this place
Shit,
up.
I don't know.
Royal power within. Hack and slash.
Right on target.
Coin can
Nice
fight
one,
us
bro.
power. No.
These are just small fry. If we play it cool, we'll cruise right through.
Gotcha, bitch. Shook my gold at you.
There's any more backup coming. Let's keep moving.
Even easier than expected.
You saw Wooly's video. He gets to the part where you meet Grius. I watched that bit. I couldn't believe that that's as far as he got. I was expecting like a fucking supercut. I was expecting like him to like supercut like way more. Though, what with Wooly's plate as it is right now, I cannot possibly imagining him LPing this game. That would probably take a couple minutes is what it would probably take.
Right there. What now?
Hold on a second. There we go.
Alright, how's that?
All right, where are you, Manjula?
Look.
Sensing something big. Headed right for us. Seems like it's messing with his packs made it really angry. Look at that bitch ass.
Right.
Finally appeared. Damn, it's huge. Between the worms and this guy, the people in town are essentially trapped. One certainly expects beasts in a desert, but for something like this to appear. No kidding. This isn't the type of fellow the city guard can handle. We gotta do something. Watch yourself. This is no mere worm or wild dog. Yeah, I can see that just fine. Here it comes. Brace yourselves. I'm gonna fuck on this thing.
They're weak to ice.
Oh my god.
Stop them cold.
That's awesome. The fucking... Oh, that's great. The goddamn dude. Yeah.
The power of ice.
You hit their weak point.
coin can solve problems of late by this power. Ice!
The informant stuff carries into the goddamn
That's your opening, Captain.
Freeze!
what do you call it?
Hulkenberg got them
Are
right
you
in the
prepared?
spot.
What a mess. Withdrawing. I call
Crawls
upon
into
royal
the-
power within.
Enemy thing.
Let's go. Freeze!
Oh, I got this bitch. Whatever.
Hulkenberg!
I shall vanquish
Several
evil.
ailments slowing you down. You hit their weak point.
Merchant! Ice!
You hit their weakness.
What are you gonna do about it?
That's your opening, Captain. Hulkenberg got them right in the
Ah!
You've got a
won't
bunch
hold
of ailments slowing you down, Captain.
Let justice prevail!
Oh, I'm captain now. That's right. Yes.
Captain's hurt bad.
Still fight.
Let's get him some healing. Captain,
Our luck build's good, man. Who knows?
get healed
Destroyed.
Okay.
I got a bone helm. Rampager tail.
However,
That this bounty's been left unaddressed, the military must be truly short-handed.
so.
True, and while I'm glad we could profit from it, this sort of thing really is their responsibility.
yes.
Could not agree more. At least the threat to this area has been neutralized. For now. Anyway.
Right.
Absolutely, that's enough for now. Grail, let's go report at the recruitment center.
What do you think?
Leave it to us. So we return the entrance? No.
Hey,
Oh,
Memorandum. Bounty target. Found in all 3 major cities, one will find a list of targets to be subjugated or captured here. By doing so, gain a reward. Most requests are made by the State Army, which is often short on manpower. Potential targets range from monsters to people. The intelligence network of the State Army allows info regarding bounties to be shared instantly amongst all recruitment centers. Ordinary citizens may also post bounties as long as they leave a deposit.
what now?
Perfect. All right, and we're gonna grab off that and move to, I don't know, DEI. Yeah, might as well keep you on Blizz. Hammer. And then you. Oh, you can change skill inheritance. Ooh. Per thing. Interesting. Slicer, there you go. Alright. Wow, that is... They did not do the scale correctly. That's really funny.
What now?
They did not do that scale correctly at all. That does not look big enough.
I've been waiting.
Oh, right. I need to talk to you.
Oh.
I just came out here to do this. All right. Let's make some money.
Charging in.
all right.
Right there.
So I'm going to do another circuit of this.
All right. How's that? Time for some closing.
I imagine
'Cause,
that would be of use.
I see the
I'm only going to come in here once.
There they are.
So there's going to be a session where
See the end. Push through.
at some point
Charging in.
I finish off like the session and don't finish the dungeon.
Impressive.
And
as ever.
bro, you are going to come back
See the end.
to some bullshit, let me tell you.
I see the enemy.
Such skill.
Come on.
Hey, great job.
Bullshit.
How's that?
That should come in
I
handy.
see the enemy.
Rocket it.
Hey, good one.
But hey, listen, this is the kind of game that dramatically rewards the
I
grind.
think they see us.
You know,
I see the enemy.
your
Yeah, nice work.
Right there.
your dodge roll
There they are.
has insane invincibility.
That was brilliant.
I see the enemy. Right there.
Who's the rebel?
Charging in.
Skill.
All right. How's that?
I imagine that
Like
would be a huge
crazy invincibility properties.
Come on.
Like as long as you're rolling, you cannot be stricken for like the whole animation. It's not a Monster Hunter thing either.
Charging in.
Oh, right, we did it.
When did I get the new greatsword for Stroll? I actually picked it up here.
All right. How's that?
exemplary.
No, looks like they
I
found us.
see the enemy.
So one of the more interesting things
Time for some close
is that Uchronia is obviously a synonym for
Exemplary.
the Utopia by Thomas More. And one of the details of the world map of Uchronia is that Utopia is surrounded by a river on all sides. The actual main city is an island. And here it's a desert. Because they fucked it. They fucked it up somehow. What the fuck is that?
What now? Right there. Right here. Charging in.
All right,
This is our chance. Forward. And we'll win this.
Holy shit!
sheesh, they're pretty tough. Better be
Are you
careful.
prepared? Let's do this! Not the right move. I call upon royal power within!
Oh shit.
Merchant. Nice.
Not
Wait.
now.
It's level 46?
I'll destroy you.
Hurt bad.
Still fight.
Let's get him some healing.
Forgive me.
Oh, champion again.
What now?
They've noticed.
There they are.
Damn it.
If you see use for it, I say take it with you.
I see the enemy. All right. How's that? There they are. Push through.
Well,
Forward.
I guess I'm just gonna
Great moves.
get
See
to
the enemy.
100,000.
Time for some close combat.
Skill.
Right there.
Because
What now?
I'm not doing that again.
They saw us.
Right there.
That's crazy.
Forward. Time for some close combat.
Great job.
What now?
That's
Victory is
crazy.
ours. Safety hard won.
I see the enemy.
Amazing.
There they are. All right. How's that?
We made short work of them.
I guess we'll be coming back here at some point.
Oh, they saw us.
I see the enemy.
Hey, great
Wait.
job. All right, we did it.
What now?
2 more.
Right there. Let's push through.
I believe that should do it. Nope.
Now. There they are. Come on.
There we go. 100K. Let's do it. Let's get the fuck out of here.
What a relief.
How the fuck do I get out of here? That way. Alright, I've done all of the combat stuff in this time period, which was pretty strict. 10 days. 10 days to do 3 dungeons. All right, we did it.
Hey.
Let's get back to the city.
Okay then.
Why don't we get back to the city and have a nice dinner? It'll be by the dark by the time we get back, so we won't have time to do anything else. That's okay, right?
Right?
Tired, huh? Let's think about what to eat. Back at the Grand Tran Tavern.
All right.
Taking down that man Jula was terrorizing the deserts. That bounty's all ours now. 'Tis a reward in itself to know that one less threat menaces the capital. Of course, we should collect our fair compensation, as we've most certainly earned it. Glad we were able to help people too. Grail, let's go report in at the recruitment center before we forget.
Oh,
Well, we managed to avoid the day of calamity, but that doesn't mean we should waste time we got left before the theocracy makes a proclamation.
So,
I agree. Luis to be our opponent one day would have us ready to face him, confident in our strength.
now then.
Well, I suppose we ought to turn in for the night once we finish our plates. Say we earned our rest today. Good job. Shocked I'm still streaming. I took a break. I took a couple hours. I'm back now.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It's Waters Day.
Well then,
Hear a voice. Am I really fine with this? Stroll comes to mind. Maybe I should talk to him. Oh, that's cool. Alright. Before we do that... Oh my god, no littering. Don't litter, bitches.
What is it? God, I am great.
Let's go sell the incredible amount of items I've picked up.
Unstinking believable. Hey, listen. Okay?
Hello there.
nice.
Yeah, that is for Steeker, isn't it? Appraise. Oh my goodness. Holy shit! I'm so glad this game has a goddamn just auto-equip.
You can trust in me.
leave it to me.
Very appreciated.
Hello there.
Looks like we're gonna have a big party. I believe, the way that it works is you get a party member. I think there's 7 party members, and every single one of them is a different tribe. I think is how that works. And I think the 9th is the dude with the wings, the guy rapping in my intro.
Hey, listen.
He's I think he runs the Gauntlet Runner. Don't forget to turn in my bounty.
Just can't stand it.
You know what I noticed is these 2 are available every day.
Well, I'm not a loiter in a storm.
How did this happen?
I'm just incredulous.
So far, I've done everything in one day. And I've also noticed, actually,
What now?
none of the events have been time limited by what day it is. Not even one of them. So, yeah, so far.
Hello there.
I want to see the rock. Can I take a look at the rock?
Isn't that? Oh,
First Ford and then Lewis. Even after a human rampage in front of the cathedral, Lewis' following is as strong as ever. If anything, he's even more popular. Just goes to show how dissatisfied people were under the previous king. Don't handle this smart like. Lewis could very well end up king.
but
Gotta stop that from happening at least. I'm sure Ford's gonna make a move too.
so
Thou art who want to become king, locus of his people's support, great custodian of their anxieties. At the foot of this monumental stone will their feelings gather as mag. To thee, by thy daily standing accumulated, by which thy growth is empowered, this mag is entrusted. 2100 is not bad. Due to the king's magic, the faces of the highest-ranking candidates appear on gigantic stones called coronation rocks, which have appeared throughout the land. Interact with them to see who's on top. An amount of mag equal to the people's faith in the protagonist will accumulate. You can collect days' worth of accumulation at once. Higher the protagonist's popularity, more mag there is to collect. But be proactive, resolving people's quests to gain popularity.
yep.
Yeah, do the days have different names? They do.
Now,
It is Flame, Water, Arbor, Metal, Idle State. Fwammy! Fwammy. Fwammy. That's how I'm going to remember it. Fwammy. Today is the 17th. So we have 8 today. Preventing the day of calamity. The 22nd. So we have 5 days there. And bargains on Idle's Day. Whammy. Yeah, I haven't seen any restriction to your schedule at all other than beating the dungeons. Surely not. You managed to slay the bounty? That certainly is a rampager tale. Even the military soldiers fled in fear. You lot are something else. Here's the reward. Take it. It's yours.
we did it.
Courage up. Money up, too.
All right.
Holy shit.
Amazing.
10,000 Reeve. I'm ready for more contracts if they pay out this well. Afraid you can't. Don't have any other contracts I can offer you right now. Recruitment centers in other cities should have contracts. Take a look. You got a choice. And I'm glad. For some reason, I thought that was going to take time. For some reason, I thought that was going to take, like, my afternoon. So,
What now?
do we want to hang out with Stroll or Hulkenberg?
What now?
I should be able to do both. Man, I will. I hear a voice. Perhaps I should discuss this with him. Maybe I should go talk to her. Yes.
Maria.
Things are the same with always Maria. She could just keep busy. I'm sure it would help her to clear her head.
Ah, 'tis you.
No, there's a little left to do, but wait. Yeah, that has me more restless than anything.
Hail.
Oh, that's right. Have you a moment to talk? Yes, I do.
The truth is,
Lately, I've felt a great pressure weighing on me. It's made it difficult to stay level-headed. I hoped I might have your counsel. It must be dealt with swiftly, lest it affect my performance in battle. How would you cope with such burdens if you were me? I'd read a book.
I see.
A book, huh? Mine does tend to clear when you're fully absorbed in something. Though myself, I've always preferred the sword to the page. Care to join me in a round of swordplay training? Yeah, why not? I'd like that.
All right.
In that case, we shall need some training swords. To the weapon shop!
All right.
Fine balanced weapon, no? Just for training only, but you'd never know it from the grip and swing. Tis most nostalgic. I once trained with that blade when I'd just become a royal guardsman myself. 'Twas not long after joining that I was assigned to the prince's retinue, so I was desperate to improve. I was younger even than you are now, notably unskilled. Each night I would slip past our commander's watch, join a comrade of mine in the dark, and spar with him until our hands were callous and blistered.
Certainly.
Some bouts I won, some I lost, yet despite all the times we crossed blades, we never did see who was better. Sounds like a worthy opponent.
Well,
Nothing less, it was thanks to him that I improved by leaps and bounds. We swore we'd become royal knights worthy of the title, and rise to the heights of the order. We'd be champions.
Surely you
Gods above. Hulkenberg, is that really you? So it is you. You've returned.
Rotanth?
Rodanth. Yeah. What a coincidence. I was just speaking of a comrade and rival. This is the selfsame man. And who's this pup? I'm a friend.
nice to meet you.
I'm Grail, a friend of hers. You associate with this boy? Disgraceful. What do you mean? I mean, I'm taking a bet. Uh-oh. You indulge the company of this elder brat, you once proud member of the knighthood? Why does that strike you so?
absurd.
Suppose the like attracts like. The dirt suits a fallen knight. You call me dirt?
You.
What? Calm yourself, Hulkenberg. The commander of the Royal Knights is well within the bounds to judge your failures.
What?
Commander, you mean yourself?
Yes.
While you wandered as a vagrant, I earned both our share of honors. So I see.
And?
And you? Clearly you've already given up on pulling yourself any higher. What has occupied you instead? I pursue a mission, one that far outweighs any glory found in that order.
Whoops.
Ah, of course. When you couldn't save the prince, any dignity you had as a royal guard was well and duly snuffed, wasn't it? I suppose you had little choice but to cling to your search for his shadow. Choose your words with care. No need. Nothing more to say. You disappoint me, Hulkenberg. What a bitch.
Sorry.
My apologies. Sorry you had to see that. What a scumbag. He once spoke with more kindness than scorn. I do understand his anger. 'Twas by my choice that our promised paths diverge, after all. We cannot afford to lose sight of our priorities. Grail, let's fight onward in the name of His Royal Highness. That's the path I walk now. I can sense her earnest face and deep faith and deep trust. Handshake!
I have not the luxury of regret.
Knight lineage is cheaper. Oh my god, that fucking rules. Can protect me for the weakness. Begging your pardon, but how do you know that fellow who just left? Merely an old friend. You don't say. We'll see you around.
Very well.
Let's leave our training for another time.
Yes.
100 drills or 1,000 swings. It'll take an unsparing regimen indeed to purge this distraction. You notice how similar that is to Chie's Eshlink? Like, really similar. Back to the hushed honeybee. Hear a voice. Seemed promising, but Brigitte comes to mind.
What is it?
Fabienne doesn't show up, but I bet she has it rough. Her Maria ain't coming out of the room. Hope those two would be able to keep it together. I'd like to visit, but I don't know where they are. You know, I'm gonna run into a problem. You know what that problem's gonna be? Some places are pretty dangerous tonight, so watch your back. More familiar city than you, so feel free to ask me anything. Why don't we do something to do?
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna have a problem, and the problem is I'm gonna aim towards social links
What is it?
primarily, and then I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna basically ignore my social stats
What is
for
it?
social links. Because here's the thing about social links in this game. They're guaranteed. So I'm gonna assume they're gonna cock block me with wisdom and shit like that.
Really?
Seemed promising, but
Well, I'll not loiter in a storm.
I'll have time to buff my stats. I want to talk to my friends.
Just you.
So you seemed unscathed. So you haven't told anyone about it. So be it. You and I are collaborators now. Well then, shall we discuss your assignment?
Now then.
All right, come on in.
Now then.
Oh my god, this is what I want you to handle. He's so cute, I love him. I want you to feed it, play with it, and generally take care of it until I return.
Listen.
There's only one rule. You cannot let anyone else find out there's a dog here. No exceptions, no mistakes. That's it?
What?
Sounds so simple.
Yes.
It is, but you can't let your guard down. I mean it when I say I want no mistakes. Pretty sure you're aware of the anti-igniter crowd around here. The fools who believe igniters will destroy the world. Even beyond them, there are plenty of people in this world who would jump at the chance to do something crueler than kill me. Wef.
That's why.
This thing is a weakness waiting to be exploited, so I have to hide it. I'm trusting this matter to you. Why me?
Why?
Why are you asking this of me?
You.
Because you're as far removed from the business as anybody could be. In case Bear's saying, don't even think of crossing me. Being associates has worked for us thus far. You don't want us to be enemies.
That's right.
Her name is... No, never mind. Call it what you want. Not really sure why, but I've been entrusted with taking care of Brigida's dog. Seems strangely attached to you already.
I see now.
Suppose you do have some surprising skills, such as using a magic without an igniter. You looking at me?
Why?
Utterly
If it could impact my igniter business, it's my job to know about it. And that's not all. Word has it you and your entourage can transform your bodies for combat somehow.
Speaking of.
Long ago, there existed an ultimate magic. They say the hero king of legend wielded power like yours. Huh. Though I sincerely doubt you'll be following in his footsteps.
You.
I'll be frank, Grail. You're bad for business. That's precisely why I'm going to lend you my power. I'm selling igniters because they turn a profit, but I hate the damn things from the bottom of my heart. This is a world dominated by igniters. As long as you've got the money, you've got almost all the power you want. Quite the pitch, isn't it? Those on top make a lot of profit off bleeding the downtrodden dry. The strong get even stronger, and the weak are only cast even further down.
As it is.
My own hands are not bloodless in that, and so I'll endeavor to help you break this wretched wheel. If nothing else, it'll be amusing, no? Faint expectations and trust. Friend.
Yet still they oppose.
That's it? Oh, that's kind of lame.
Farewell.
Should go home for today. I'll give you your pay. I haven't done anything, though.
Huh?
Hardly. You exceeded expectations already. You made the dog like you. Something impossible for me.
See you.
Till next time. I'll be waiting. Or at least the dog will. Did she pay me?
Time marches
She actually
on,
paid
and
me.
the age of a new king draws nearer.
She literally paid me dollars.
Well then.
Well, I guess that's that.
What?
Let's go hang out with Stroll.
What?
Hey, bro, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Want to touch dicks? Interesting rumor out of Grand Trad. Thought I might walk the streets to see what comes of it. If you're not too burdened, do you care to join me? Sure, why not?
All right.
Let's be off. I heard tell there are drifters who occasionally show up on the road here. Can't help but wonder if maybe they're people I've been looking for. Grand Trad's so full of novelty. Still can't get used to all the clamor, though. In Hollia, the town I grew up, you'd hear pin drop by comparison. Still the bustle of friendship and commerce, but,
But that's...
Young Master Leon, couldn't be he! I know that voice. Dude, this rules. We actually found this guy earlier when we were playing the demo and realized he was from Leon's town. Rangif? Is that truly you? You made it out safely. Wow. Oh, Master Leon. My goodness, look how you've grown. How do you guys know each other?
What?
Truth is...
He served House Heliatus when our house still stood. Never imagined I'd see him again, much less here. Rangif, this is Grail. He's a friend I've recently come traveling with.
However...
Forgive me for saying, time's not been kind to your frame, old friend. You're bent over like a sissy. You eating well? How are the others?
That's...
Oh, that jerk knight was an ass to me in front of the recruitment center. Ooh, that's good. After the human attack, the survivors fled to the capital. No one could make a living among the ruins in Halle, much less restore it. Most arrived here with only the clothes on their backs. Their livelihoods were destroyed, and without shelter from the rain, more than a few have faded away. No, then let me help. Let me find you housing. Well, I would if I had the means. All I have left of my nobility is in name alone. So sorry.
Wow.
Your kindness is more than I could ask for, young master. Always said you got your heart from your parents. The only reason we're alive today is because your parents had us evacuate to the capital. You mean to say my parents instructed you to flee here? All the more reason I have to help somehow. Let's find a way to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If only I knew how. Who holds authority over the area you're staying in right now? Anishka Marquess, Lord Hydron.
I see.
Marquess, you say? Sounds like you'll need to pay this Lord Hydron a visit. See if I can negotiate the use of some vacant homes for all of Holly's refugees to live in. No doubt my name alone is much more than collateral. Young master, please, our woe should not be yours to shoulder. I already bear the weight, old friend. That fateful day 7 years ago, my parents acted to save as many as they could. I was just a boy lost in the panic, and I wouldn't have escaped if it were not for all of you.
Definitely.
In other words, I'm only standing here today because of your swift action. So let me do what I can to give you peace in this new life.
Sure, but
You honor us. Still, I fear your plea may fall on deaf ears with Lord Hydron. Devoted as he would seem to the church, he has brushed me off before as a backward refuse. All the more reason I should speak with him myself. That's how he sees you. Let's go set him straight.
Right.
you know,
The fear it might backfire if we... Oh, wait, you're coming too? Moving forward, we'll be in no shortage of trouble. I'd rather not have you add to my personal woes to that. That's what friends do, man.
It'll be fine.
you.
Very well.
Thanks.
Either way, it's reassuring to have you by my side. On behalf of both me and my house, you have my gratitude. You can feel his deep trust in me. Deep in my bosom.
I feel more courageous when I'm with you.
Oh, that's awesome. Stroll's good at murdering people. You have my thanks as well, Sir Grail. I have no doubt the young master is in capable hands.
Huh.
A redneck ranger asks, why do old people in anime style always stand super hunched over their backs behind their back like that? Hands behind their back. They're literally using their hands to prop up their bad back. That's a thing that people actually do. Please, enough of the young master thing. We need not stand on
Let's
the
head
ceremony.
back.
I would have us sleep my Lord Hydron without delay, but the sun is going down. Let us return for now and meet with him another day. Fwammy. Back to the Hush Honeybee. No more S-Links. Nothing left to do. All right. Let's juice up some fucking social stats. Wisdom's at rank 2. So I need courage, tolerance. I definitely need eloquence and imagination.
All right, then.
So we've got 2 places that we can do tolerance. One is here.
Yeah.
So this, she gives 3 tolerance. There's a lady who gives...
Fancy a bit.
Okay, hold on.
What is it?
There's a lady during the daytime that gives eloquence. None of these guys give shit. That guy gives imagination. And there's wisdom over there.
Let's go.
So let's see. Let's see how... Oh, Hulkenberg. I love her. Reached out to my contact. No information's come in from the army as of yet. All signs indicate quite a bit of internal turmoil. Perhaps 'tis all the scheming and plotting to ensure Forden takes the throne. Go to bed, Arcand. You fucking crazy bitch.
Now, how did I wind up?
Let's learn about imagination.
I wonder.
Yeah, let's listen to the elderly gentleman's story.
My thanks.
Imagine that, getting to tell a fairy tale to a real fairy. Let's find a table at the tavern.
Long ago,
Now, the story goes back to my grandfather's grandfather. Once far, far away, there was a village out in the countryside. There was a cave nearby that the villagers prohibited anyone from entering. But one day my ancestor, who was just a boy then, decided he had to see it for himself.
Come on.
So he defied his elders? Your ancestor sounds like a handful. It runs in the family, huh? Anyway, sure enough, he ventured deep inside and soon became swallowed by darkness, hopelessly lost. A handful or not, he was still just a boy, and his bravery failed him. He sank to his knees in the dark, crying pitifully.
Nevertheless.
But then, something bathed in a warm light caught his eye as it approached him. Little light actually spoke, saying, "Pipe down, you can't cry in a place like this." He was shocked. After he got a good look at it, the boy realized it was a fairy pulsing with light. He was so relieved his tears only magnified. But the fairy couldn't bear it. Throwing her arms up, she said, "If you want to cry so badly, fine, suit yourself." And she left. Before he knew it, the fairy returned. "Come on, follow me. I'll show you the way out." You see, she had sensed a dangerous beast deep in the cave, and the compassion won the day. She decided to get him safely back to the entrance.
Oh, yeah?
I thought the fairy was kind of cruel at first, but I guess she had a good heart. When they arrived at the cave's mouth, the boy turned to thank the fairy, but she had already disappeared in the thin air. Time marched on, though he grew into an adult. He visited the cave countless times, hoping to find and thank her, but he never saw her again as long as he lived. Oh, but would you look at the time? We better pick this up again later. If you'd like to know the ending, I'll be around.
All right.
2. Okay, so these generic dudes, the generic people on the street give 2 points.
Well then.
Fabienne gives 3 points for tolerance.
time marches on, and the age of a new
So
king
Fabienne's just
draws
going to be
nearer.
what I'm going to do, I wish. Fwammy.
Well then.
Fairies. Intelligent life forms that originated separately from the 8 tribes. Fairies are magical beings whose lives are dependent on magic itself. Their wings are organs of magical conveyance, making them float naturally, so they only flap them to stabilize themselves in the air. Fairies also sense the presence or absence of magla around them through their 5 senses. It's a skill that can be shared among fairies, and with training can even be shared with people for short periods of time. In ancient times, the skill was called Fey Sight and was quite prized. It's been told that even kings sometimes took fairies with them on their journeys. Though different sexes exist, it's difficult to visually discern as their appearance does not change with age. I am having a good day, Ragnarok. Thank you. Okay. None of my friends want to hang out.
All right then.
There's the eloquence lady. You know what? Let's go to the water merchant. How do fairies work in the racial hierarchy? I don't think they do.
You there.
I don't care about this shit.
Bye-bye now.
No. Isn't this? It's quite
How to handle this?
I would like to buy these 3 fruit cordials. And I'll buy 10 of these. What's the deal with the mindless mallet?
How to handle this?
Can't believe it. Oh there.
Yeah, give me 4 red grass.
Thanks. Why did this happen?
Inflict skill seal. Really?
I'm so shy.
Damn it, this is the worst. Looks like there's some bugs mixed in with the spices. I can already picture that Clamar regular of mine all red in the face screaming at me. Looks like I'll be down a customer from here on.
Welcome.
There we go.
Come again, mate.
How come sometimes you sprint, sometimes you surf your sword? There's actually 3 forms of movement. There's running, sprinting, hanging out on your sword, and sprinting on your sword.
Who did this for races?
Seems the human at the cathedral's finally been taken care of. I knew the state army and Sanctifex Warden would be able to handle it. Commotion caused by Lewis is nothing to worry about. I have no doubt the Rock of Faces will prove Sanctifus Warden's unchanging popularity.
You are.
I said 4. So you say, but don't you find it a bit odd that Lewis's face is similar size? News of the royal funeral incident must have already spread throughout the country. And yet, it seems many people still support Lewis despite knowing the ruckus he's called. What are we to think of that? I said 3? Whatever, shut up. That said, there's a strange rumor going around. I heard that the State Army had mysterious collaborators helping them with the human subjugation. Supposedly, they fought with strange magic that changed their appearance. Not even an igniter's work to boot. If that's true, then the human of those people. You better quit scaring people with such meaningless drivel, lest you like to end up on the gallows yourself. First of all, if that was true, I'm sure they go around telling everyone about it. But isn't it strange that it hasn't become a big enough topic for their faces to show up on that rock?
Look at that.
People are
And
confused.
stinking believable.
Hello there.
I want the mag.
Isn't that...
Give me the mag.
Yep.
Zillion, you did not beat the game. How could you have possibly beat the game? Oh, the sarcasm. Oh,
Can we talk?
I'm gonna buy it.
You there.
Can we talk?
You there.
Can we talk?
All right, there we go. I did it.
Whatever should I do?
Let's try out the eloquence lady.
Let's go.
I haven't done it.
Hey, listen. That will be quite enough. Excuse me.
Mr. Elder Gentleman, we meet again. Still haven't managed to collect many donations for the cause. Worth sort of asked, but you don't mind. Could you pitch in a little? Yeah, here you go. Thank you. I swear I'll use your donation best I can. Don't believe it. You really donated. You interested in our activities? You don't mind? Could we discuss this more? There aren't many who support the cause, so I know I'm doing the right thing. Reality's so discouraging. Looks like she's serious about helping out, but she seems kind of down. Maybe you could cheer her up. Might increase my eloquence. What do you think? Should we try and encourage her?
Happy to hear that.
Ah, wonderful. Then please come this way. The Purpose, the Ugrief, the Mistari, and of course the Elda too. These tribes are abhorred by the other tribes. Without a great deal of wisdom or skills, it's impossible for them to get a normal job. Work is especially limited for them in the capital. You see me in the executioner in the back alley? Dirty work, like that's all that's available to these tribes. Having a job is better than nothing, though. Those less fortunate must choose between starvation and banditry. Actually, no. There's one other option. Become igniter experimentation subjects. There's no guarantee they'll survive those. That's terrible.
I don't know about that.
You be careful too, please. I don't know much about the experience myself, but I do know, even though they're all over and considered useful tools, blood is being spilled for their development. I don't have many people on my side. I haven't been able to help many people yet, but knowing there are people like you out there gives me the confidence to go on. People like you see injustice and actually try to do something about it. This world would be a better place with more people like that.
All right.
Yeah, okay. So generic people give you 2. It's not much, but here. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate you hearing me out. We had a hearty exchange of opinions. About time I get back. That means Fabienne is like the standout winner. Easy. Hear a voice. Wonder if he comes again. If he does. Oh shit. Let's come again.
Well, I'll not loiter in a
just
storm.
You seem unscathed. Have you come to work? Of course.
Now then.
Here's the leash. Today's job is to walk it. Been itching to get out lately. Keeps making a fuss. Walk it around the capital so it quiets down and gets the energy out. You can't be seen coming in and out. You've got no questions? Get to it. I took the dog out without anyone seeing and walked her around the capital. Grar. Seems to have taken a liking to you.
But
I could hear it from downstairs. Don't get it too excited. This is on you too, dog. Simple walk shouldn't be enough for you to let your guard down. It's proof she's smart.
Listen,
I trusted you unconditionally, sight unseen. You think that makes it smart? Sure, whatever you say. Laugh.
hopeless.
I've never liked this thing, ever since the first time I laid eyes on it. It was on the side of the road, buried from the neck down. Head bleeding, too. Probably hit by a rock or
It's
something.
over.
Could have just given up and died, but looked into my eyes and whimpered. I hated the sight of it. This poor little dog? You didn't feel drawn to it at all?
In those days.
I was once a stray myself. My earliest memory is of fighting a dog over a scrap of meat covered in dirt and getting bitten for my trouble. Wherever I went, I found only hunger and violence. So I robbed and stole anything and everything. I fought and I survived.
It's a living
It was
hell.
hell. I can't imagine.
really,
What am I doing talking to a child about this?
Just a fantasy.
Just like that dog. Let my guard down like a fool. Never mind. Forget I said anything. But I want to hear more.
no.
Why?
What will you do once you know? Are you really prepared for that information? No matter. While we're on the subject, a word of advice.
Listen.
This world is a bottomless hell, a bog of endless muck. And if you trust another person to keep you afloat in it, you'll feel the sludge close over your head soon enough.
Don't ever forget.
To survive, you need the strength to make your way through that muck. Nobody can do it for you, and indeed nobody else should. You'll need your own strength. And I'd say that's well within your powers. The MC is 18 years old, not on parade. In addition, I'd like to provide another reward. I'm sure you're aware there's a man in town tasked with exchanging mag obtained from hunting monsters in the land. I'll put in a word for them so they're more flexible with you. Not just here in Grand Trab, but across the kingdom. Really?
No pain can stop me now.
Oh, that's good. Skill inheritance up, bitches.
Even then.
Shouldn't be the only one talking. You owe me some secrets of yours, after all. Grayus tried to kill Lewis, didn't he? Then I imagine you're aiming for the same thing.
You there.
What are your true motives? What are you really aiming to do? To improve the... to make my mark.
Hold on.
I want to make my mark on this world. Oh, you certainly do have a lot of eyes on you. I can't tell you what you're thinking at all, but I'll expose your true nature eventually.
I'm off.
That's all for today. Come by again when you can, and I'm sure the dog will be delighted to see you.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Well then,
Say there. Say there.
all right then. What now?
Fuck yeah, merchant, double, woo! Bro, my merchant's now the strongest shit. S-links are frequent? Well, I assume what's going to happen is my S-links are going to start slamming into skill requirements. You know? It's going to be like, you need to be smarter to talk to Hulkenberg. Would I like confirmation on that? Yeah, give me confirmation on that. Quadratic gravity. They start having stat requirements. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Ah, it's you. Staying put like this puts the day of calamity in mind for me. So I'm a bit of a bind. This regards Lord Hydron, the landowner in Grand Trad my family's old caretaker mentioned the old day. Rumors say he's clever, not in the good way. I'm lost about how to approach him.
Thanks a bunch.
Thanks, man. Just having you by my side to be reassuring. He's a devout sanctus, so we should go look for him near the Grand Cathedral. If he's a devout sanctus, maybe I shouldn't fucking go, dude. I was told Lord Hydron comes here often. Right on cue? If I'm not mistaken, you're the young Lord Stroll, are you not? It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Hydron. But how do you know me? Nary a soul in the kingdom hasn't at least heard rumors of Hallia's tragedy. Perhaps you've come to reflect and pray?
No.
No, I came to see you, actually. I understand full well that this request may seem unreasonable, but
Truth is,
I've come to beg the use of some of the vacant domiciles in the capital. As you know, my countrymen who fled Hallia reside here, sleeping on the streets. Without roofs over our heads, they barely scrape by. So I implore you, please reconsider your offering to support these fine people.
no.
Are you implying I should do this as a matter of charity? Am I to be compensated in some way? Odd that you would petition me on their behalf to begin with. It's not as though they are still your responsibility. Besides, poverty is poverty not an individual's onus to bear? They were attacked and forced to flee their homes. You'd still hold them responsible for their lack of means?
Yes.
So fate was cruel to them and they could not rise above it. Should they not hold themselves to a higher standard? I'm afraid I'm under no obligation here. Besides, what of your own circumstances? With your parents and land gone, you have little else to anchor you. Consider restoring the glory of your house before you worry about the rabble. You're right about one thing. I was a fool to ask your aid. What about your people?
What? Obviously.
Don't worry, I won't abandon my people. Incidentally, don't I know your compatriot from somewhere? Needn't worry about him. Besides, I must apologize for taking up your precious time today. Before I go, I would have you know that these refugees are my people. No matter your stance on it, I will do everything in my power to save them.
Worry not.
My good lad, I'm sure I must come across rather harshly, but it's not as if I have no sympathy for you. Abandoned by your parents, shunned by your relations, you were left to the harsh truths of the royal capital too young. It's a pity. You have terrible phrasing.
Hang on.
You should choose your words more carefully.
Stop.
Let's not let our tempers get the best of us. This isn't over yet.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Rangriff. Wasn't able to persuade Lord Hydron off for assistance. It was always going to be a tall order, but he tossed it aside, calling it personal responsibility. And that I couldn't abide.
No.
Please don't apologize. That you went to such efforts is more than we could ask.
Yes.
Besides, you needn't worry about us, young master. Your focus should rest on rebuilding your great house.
Yes.
House Haelateus must rise again from the ruin from the human rot. Restore it to its former glory, or I should hope to greater heights still. I heard you've been living off the generosity of the noble families who've respected your lord parents. To be brought so low can't have been easy for you. Your people only wish to see your house flourish once again. With your inheritance, you should.
Wait.
Excuse my interruption, but did you say inheritance? When my village was destroyed, I don't recall any mention of one. So you're unaware of it. I suspected as much, given our conversation the other day. Your father would have kept it separate from the estate, this I have no doubt. Though I couldn't begin to say how or where.
Taking that into account.
Interesting. Well, if there are any clues left, I'm sure they'd all point to Hallia. Well, let's go investigate.
Well then.
Yeah.
Perhaps, though, I doubt if anything survived the fire.
Hey, so
Regardless, I'll make the journey back home on my own, alright? I'll not burden you with such a wild goose chase. No, we're doing it together.
No.
But I sincerely doubt we'll find anything in that rubble.
thank you.
Well, listen, thank you for today. I would have lost it if you hadn't been there to keep me calm. I've avoided this for too long. Time to face the ruins of my home head on. Might I ask for your help again? I'm not sure I could take another step without you at my side. Let's fucking kiss. These two are gonna fucking kiss! Kissing their butts.
Hey.
Proud noble Stroll, keeper and inheritor of the warrior's virtues.
No.
Through their shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom. Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by thy strength fulfill thy destiny.
Of course I'd like you to come.
Yeah, bitch. Yours. You can now study the Sword Master in academia. Try seeing what new powers await you. So it says I can study it, but I still need to get level 20 in Warrior first. Do hope you'll find the inheritance your parents left you. All they'd hoped for was that you'd come into your own with a worthy house. They'd be so proud of how wise beyond your years you become, your father especially. You're just like him in that respect. I'm not worthy to share mention of my father. But whatever the case, I intend to honor their wishes. Pray await my return. Stroll and I return to the others. Gotta feed my mag, bro. Back to the hush, honeybee.
What now?
That
7,200 mag. But it has multi-target attacks. What do you get? That thing is cool as fuck! Holy shit! Being hit by an enemy during overworld will not trigger enemy battle with enemy advantage. That's really good. Round slash. Deal weak physical to all enemies. That's a great start. Slash dodge. Rising slash. Raging. That's good. So that means... Oh, I need rank 8 to get Tycoon. I need... That's fucking crazy. I need rank 3 to get the new healer. I need rank 3 with more. I need rank 3 with her. I need rank 3 with her. Etc.
What is it?
All right, let's hang out with Fabienne and kiss.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You're a big help.
Appreciate the help, and let's get you in the kitchen, shall we?
Next up
Finish
is...
prepping the fish. Now we just got to put them in the pot.
Oh, right.
Finishing touch is the addition of fruit as a secret ingredient. Forgot to ask how to prepare it. What should we do? Grate it in and simmer.
In that case,
Whoa.
Interesting. I'll soak up the flavor if we simmer everything together. Gallica and I poured our hearts into it. Dish draws you in with the aroma of fresh fruit. Let's serve it.
I knew it.
Customer wolf down the whole plate. You're surprisingly good at this, Grail.
all right.
1, 2, 3. Less racist. Less!
time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
The announcement is soon.
Announcement's tomorrow, isn't it? What's this proclamation going to be, anyway? Wonder if he's going to thank us for what we did.
No.
Wouldn't hold your breath. Ostensibly, the state army's getting all the credit for taking down that human, after all. We'll know soon enough. A little point in contemplating it further. Till then, let's simply do it as we can and wait for events to unfold.
Say there.
Oh, no friends to hang out with, huh?
All right, then.
No one to talk to, huh?
I think...
Market, there's a stall selling red grass. Yeah, I know that.
What is it? Amazing.
Well then.
Say there.
What is it?
It looks like all three of the stats upgraded the same rate.
God, I am grateful.
So... tolerance might be possible if I do tolerance. Right?
So, we meet.
I am interested in the Mistari, actually. Let's listen.
I see. Long ago.
God's messengers ruled over existence. When they perished, they conferred a holy relic unto the world. This holy relic exists to this day and has been passed down for generations within our tribe as a divine object that represents God himself. We believe only they who wield the divine relic, the instrument of God, can truly receive the authentic teachings. One of our teachings tells us to devote our entire being to what we hold most dear. Even now, it's the core tenet our priestess strives to embody.
All right.
Pleased to hear.
I believe I told you all I can. We live all over, hiding out in various places. If you're interested, you might try lending an ear to those of them Mistari. Oh, did I just finish off that character completely? Like they're done?
What is it? Amazing.
Yeah.
Huh.
What is it?
Is that how that works?
It's time. Say there.
Oh, he's now generically repeatable?
All right then.
I see.
What is it?
Alright.
God, I am grateful. What is it?
Say there.
I don't know if I want any of these. I think I'd rather just keep the money. I think I'd just rather keep the money.
What is it?
Did I misunderstand last week's conversation? Or did Wooly admit he never maxed Ryuji's S-Link?
What is it?
That's how it felt like.
Say there.
Did I check out the igniters? Yeah, I'm not really feeling them. If the shop lady had to rank up, I would have been told that. Oh! Okay, so it's not always.
Well, I'll not loiter in
just you.
storm.
You seem unscathed. Sorry, if you're looking for work, there's nothing here. Go home. Did something happen? Come inside. I was just in the accessory shop, bro.
Unfortunately,
No work for you. Dog's no longer here. She ran away? That would have been preferable to the truth. She was taken. Sorry, I know you kept your silence as promised. Unfortunately, that didn't stop a thief from sneaking in disguised as a vendor and taking her away. They left it behind a letter that read, "Those who spread magic igniter shall face the wrath of God." Not hard to imagine what happened to her. Find the culprit before long. I'll make certain they get what they deserve. However, this isn't the work of a single person, but that of a larger organization.
those people.
Anti-igniter extremists, bunch of filthy, rotten cowards. Pop was innocent in all this. I shouldn't have kept her. But when I started caring about anything, I'd lose it. I knew that. I tried to keep my feelings out of it. But why did this have to happen? For how long must I live in this hideous world if only I had disappeared instead? Tears of, or not, I can sense pain, sadness, and frustration she's feeling. Words would be of little comfort here. Perhaps if I stirred her imagination, she'd be relieved of such despair.
What?
A book? I told Brigitte about the fantasy world depicted in my book, trying to give her even the faintest glimmer of hope. People help one another, respect one another, and live in equality. How quaint. So this woman's bawling her eyes out because her dog died. And this dude's like, did you know that in Warhammer 40k, orcs are actually mushrooms, and they believe if it's red, it goes faster? Holy shit. And she's like, really?
But
The author was a sheltered man, I take it. Knows nothing of the real world.
this world,
Only equality is that we all inevitably die. The path to that point is different for everyone, meaning everyone has to fight through their own little hell. Maybe. Maybe right.
fine.
Been hell for you too, hasn't it? Not the same as mine, though. You still got some light in you. I can't see that light myself, but I know you can. And I really do want to believe in you and your vision. I sense her profound sadness and her grasping to trust.
I couldn't ask him to stay, could I?
Are you fucking kidding me?
In any case,
Here's your pay. I've included what I set aside for your future shifts, too. I'm not going to take it.
no.
It's yours. Your work's over. Your client's no longer here. You don't need to come here anymore. Left the room without another word.
It would seem the disaster was averted.
June 22nd, Waters Day.
Right then. Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Probably.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
Might be.
Ladies and gents, lend me your ears. Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
So it really is His Majesty.
And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king. This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented.
By
No
accepting
matter
the
who you
consequences,
are, you can
they're
take
making
the
themselves
throne.
look really reasonable.
Even me, if, and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me, in charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review what we know, shall we? First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
Don't know.
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table. Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
So, literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
That's right, a
But
criminal.
hold on. You mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know.
Oh my god.
Now go forth,
Ruled
ladies and
over by
gents,
somebody of a different
and spread
race?
the word.
Oh my
We
god.
are fair capital, or the middle of nowhere. The crown's within your grasp. Anyone in the land could be our next king.
I heard the announcement. The church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
Okay, so we can agree that Gallica, Will, and Leon here are all obvious send-ups of existing Atlus characters, right? So, Hulkenberg here is the first, like, genuinely unique character on your roster. Just fucking A+. This fucking bitch fucking rules.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news, too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alcés in place? It seems that, too, was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
That's not good.
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Luis as nigh untouchable. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
We gotta get
What the
popular.
hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
Try to stay calm.
It's all right. Just try to stay calm.
I've searched all around the place, but I couldn't find her. When I think of what might happen to her...
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
Where?
I never played a Persona game. Can you give me an elevator pitch for this game? It's fucking incredible. It's a very classic style role-playing game with a job system, a fascinating premise, incredible visual design, and a day-to-day system where you get stronger as you build up your classes and talk to your friends. In addition, there's a 8.5 fucking hour demo that you can download on every platform. What's the premise? Are you fucking serious? Are you motherfucking for real? I've done so many ads for this game. I've done like so many ads. Go to the Pat Stares At YouTube channel and watch Pat previews at Metaphor. The Royal Magic, protection. Seen as a way to prohibit the elimination of a candidate through force. One aspect of the King's Royal Magic was discovered somewhat belatedly. In the event that a top-ranking candidate with a large support is in danger of bodily harm, the perpetrator will be immobilized by a glowing chain-like construction. The protective effect seems to only apply to the top 20 candidates, or those whose faces appear on the coronation rocks. Resisting the magic chains and continuing to tempt harm results in the chains tightening, potentially causing death. However, what constitutes harm is unclear, and it's not known if there are loopholes or exceptions. Where's that girl at? Hey, is racist kid there? Hey, it's that little shithead.
Hey, mister.
Bet the king's gonna punish the bad tribes. You better run away, Elda. They're gonna kill you. This kid's worse every time I talk to him. Every time I talk to this little shithead.
Hey, listen.
I love him.
You sound like a damn...
He's so brave for that.
out of ideas.
You know, he's so real for that, dude. That might be one of the all-time greatest drill tweets. Looking back and forth at the crowd as I turn up a big dial that's called racism.
So foolish it arouses.
It is astonishing how many of Drill's tweets are fucking slam dunks. Like, it's unbelievable. Wooly once described Drill as the only thing in his phone that alerts him. He has alerts set up for Drill tweets.
All right then.
You know, I really thought she was going to show up as like a marked item. Eldon and Fairy, what business you got? Magla's getting thinner. Does this device collect it? My, Vermin's awfully observant. How loathsome. Listen, this accumulator does none of your business, understand? If you're here to exchange Magla, go to Sunshade Row. You got no real business here.
I don't care who gets. Ridiculous. What you need?
Army apparently took care of that necromancer everyone's been talking about. Should have been judged here. That would have made everybody feel much better. Looks like I might actually have to find Maria. Seems like trouble at the Grand Cathedral's been settled. Heard from a soldier I know. You want to see? Yeah, I'm not going to read out all these generic things. That's too many. Pat will read them fast. For Pat.
This is all right.
That dude's literally going, if I had an igniter, I'd show them.
Hey!
Muttering Papa. Saw her go through the back alley. Oh, thanks, eloquent woman. Thank you.
I'm out of ideas. Just can't believe it's true.
I can't even imagine trying to explain the death of a parent to a child. Just thinking about it fills me with nightmares.
Hello there.
You know that little half-blood girl? Can't let a girl like that walk the streets alone. You're just asking for trouble. Huh, she went inside. Wait, you let her pass? Why? The way her eyes looked, I'd not be the one to stop her now. She's been coming to pray for a while, no matter how many glares she gets. Yo, girl, you can't be here.
Huh? Why?
Let's go home.
I'm here to get you. Come on, let's go home.
Okay. Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral's broken?
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again. Hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but
Man, this is rough. It's our fault.
It's our fault.
what? How?
You? Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to be completely insane here, but I can hear some of the notes from the slow version of I'll Face Myself in this song.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
It'll work out.
It'll work out somehow. I'm sure of it.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
There it is. No, ideal world people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. The prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
Stop the count! I mean... Vote for me!
Maria, you're safe. Oh,
Sorry, I
you
got
had me
confused
worried
there.
Sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria, yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl. But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
Taking a nap.
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince.
Bro, are you wearing your fucking scarf to bed?
Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Let's think about it together.
Let's think about it together.
Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
Can you read?
Can you read?
Please. I'm clearly no scholar, but I was once spoiled enough to have a private tutor. Right. Let's have a look then.
The book has a heart on the back. Kingdom Hearts?
Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves.
So
One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a Kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting.
So, I don't know if anybody here has watched or read Monster. But Monster follows a children's book, episode by episode, page by page, for nearly the entire series. And it takes up until, like, the last 2 or 3 pages for you to just be like... And at some point in the plot, very near the end, they just read the book. And I feel like that's what we're seeing here. I feel like this depiction of a utopia has something that we're going to see. It's going to... Monster eating still creeps me out. I mean, gobble gobble, slurp slurp, munch munch.
Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the king's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective
There's no
always
slurp, I
divides us.
forget, but you know what I
Besides,
mean.
Does a decision made by the people guarantee its right?
No!
Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you.
Those shields are throwing me so bad. Because the hats and the clothes, I could understand as 1910s, 1920s Japan, Imperial Japan. Right? Like Raido Kuzunoha's era.
I've been so fixated on killing
But
Luis,
not the shields.
Maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. Think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king.
The meta plot about the book is really intriguing.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom.
So this is really funny because this is a Japanese thing. Under Japanese election rules, every single candidate that applies gets a certain amount of TV time. So during Japanese election season, if you want to turn on the TV and just see like thousands of insane people running for office, you can.
And we call it the Tournament for the Throne.
It's fucking awesome.
Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch or in it to win?
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius's personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
Makes sense.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
I just realized that we're gonna go on this whole quest to become king. Just so that we can fucking kill Louis and put the rightful heir on the throne. Thus, like, dismantling the whole election process.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it will be easy. And the real trick will be finding it. You wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. Ah! What are we supposed to do?
We need a plan, and then we can take action. As an Elder, I'm an outcast. I think that gives us an advantage. We enter the tournament for the throne.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us?
No.
Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think you might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
God, I love her accent so
Hold
much.
on a second. Getting Luis's attention is
That's
all
not even
well and
jokes.
good.
I'm so serious.
But remember, who's actually risking their life here?
Infiltrating Lewis's ranks will be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be good as dead.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
It's fate.
No point fighting my fate.
Your courage is admirable.
Right.
I'm reminded of the words the prince spoke to me, and oh my god, I thought that said in my mouth.
Ideal world. People can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
All right. Got his journal. Let's do some election shit.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger? Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
Galgrunge says, I said this before, but do you think the MC is going to be protected by the magic chains and be immortal if his face gets on the king board? I think the dead-ass last thing you do is going to kick you up onto the top 3. But prior to that, you're going to be a loser. Yes.
Yes. I've got a job to do.
Huh. Familiar words. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
That's the plan.
That was the plan from the start.
That's the spirit.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
Mildly eccentric says it. What's going to be really wild if Lewis gets a back reveal and there's no scar. I was saying this earlier. He would have a vicious scar all the way down his back because of the flashback. If it's not him, that throws the whole fucking plot completely on its ass.
Yeah.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we are unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
Yeah, I know it's light robotastic. Calm down.
This should be the place, right?
Oh shit.
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm the one entering.
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
I've not heard of any age restrictions. They're a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder. Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out. What? We got a deserter turning up?
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too. Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
Who gives a shit even?
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
I already did that part.
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out.
But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on. There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
You lot here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme, a villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
I recognize that name.
This might just be perfect.
Whoa. You have any idea who that is? That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin, you can be sure of that. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
This dude's baller as shit.
Course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Bro, you look like you're on your third divorce.
Stuck up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was
Pay
right
your
about the
child
rules,
support.
though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
Rogue Ninja says that dude's a party member in S-Link. He's neither. He's a candidate. Maybe he's got a big head.
Maybe this criminal has a really big head?
Come on, that's a stretch. And if he had a gigantic head, you'd think they'd mention it in the contract.
Don't worry, I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight?
Okay.
Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barden, a guard captain for Matira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances,
holy shit,
what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
We would never laugh.
We would never laugh at such a plight.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure, thank you all. And thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
He'd sleep on his fucking slab.
I'll convince Hulkenberg.
Because he's sleepy.
You go on and accept the contract.
Martira, the old castle town. Town southeast of Grand Trad off the main road, developed from a town originally formed around the Kriegant Castle, the military stronghold for the Annex War. Town's distance from the main road gives it a sense of isolation and, some say, certain gloom. One of Ukrainia's closest towns, the Oceanian border, which made it a cornerstone of Ukrainia's defense against Oceania in the Ocean War. The relatively flat terrain affords the castle's watchtower a clear view of the town's environs. Any movement or mobilization from Oceania was thus immediately observed, making it impossible to launch a surprise attack on the town, especially as the war predated the invention of the swift, powerful gauntlet runners of modern fame. However, its time as a keystone of the Ukrainian front lines have long since passed into obscurity. The Principality of Oceania. Oceania. One of the kingdom of Ukrainia's three constituent countries, occupying its westernmost lands. The capital, Port Brawlhaven, is the largest trade port in the kingdom. Owing to a history of extensive sea trade route with civilians and pirates alike, it's been known for its powerful navy before the Annex War, and a rich culture centered on its warriors of the sea. Tournament of the Throne. Large-scale tournament where prospective candidates compete to gain the approval of the people. The winner of this popularity contest will then be crowned king. The Crown Theocracy proclaim themselves to be the organizers after the invocation of the royal magic by the previous king. Ooh. The slated purpose for its candidates to prove their worth by completing tasks while visiting the 3 capitals of the United Kingdoms. But could there be an ulterior motive? Exhibition of the Brave. A grandiose event celebrating the first task of the Tournament for the Throne. For this exhibition, candidates are to neutralize a dangerous creature disrupting the peace of the nation. They must then bring its head to Port Brawlhaven, the Principality of Oceania, to await the judgment of their assets by the masses. The party will have to prepare something spectacular to catch the attention of Lewis, who's refused to participate. Curse formula. A diagram of the formula created to cast the curse on the prince. Curse magic so complex, none have been able to undo its tangled weave. The convoluted nature of this spell has led to the belief the spellcaster drew the spell as they composed it. Obtaining and deciphering this formula may enable the curse to be revoked. Considering that Lewis is protected by the royal magic and now cannot be killed, this is the party's last hope to lift the curse. Bardon. Elphus Bardon, a strapping Ressant warrior serving as captain of the Guard Corps in Martira. A man of integrity, his careful and fair judgment is so trusted, he's treated as a right-hand man to Lady of Martira. He traveled a great distance, Grad Tread, to post a bounty for the criminal responsible for an unsolved series of kidnappings plaguing Martira. What's a whippersnapper like you doing? Don't tell me you're actually thinking of participating in the Tournament for the Throne. Oh, the audacity of youth. That's rich. Mere fledgling. No history or experience to speak of as a king. Idea makes me sick to my stomach. Ideal leader of this country is a dignified man of great age, one with years of experience. Yet upstart school children like Lou and Ewis there to... hardly matters. You won't be able to fight much longer, so struggle as you like. I'd be happy to give you the eulogy funeral. Suppose he's a candidate too.
Hey!
Would it be alright if we accepted the bounty on Heisman? Sure you can handle that? Can't be held liable if you get yourself killed out there. Of course I can. Odd one, alright. Either that or you're just green. Head to Martira. Probably get more info there.
Let's focus.
Let's do it.
Let's call it.
100,000! Damn. Damn.
No registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
Stroll.
See, she's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about that.
No, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order.
Oh no!
Though 'tis only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
It was not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight.
Tournament's tomorrow.
Let's rest.
Should probably stay inside and rest today. Darn.
Fancy a bit of...
Now then.
Prep seems to be proceeding without issue. Well, apart from one massive, overtuned uncertainty. Never mind. Forgive me my mutterings. Just please do not be surprised, no matter what we're presented with.
Don't push yourself
Tomorrow
too
you
much.
depart. Maria will assuredly miss you dearly, so please come back and say hello when you can, even if it's only every once in a while.
Hello.
I'm heading to Brawlhaven. Much too boring to spend my days at the inn. Going to see that so-called exhibition for myself. Goodbye, Elda. Do well to see the world too someday.
Hey.
Ask Fabienne for a map of Martira. She gave me the one from Grace's personal effects. Covers all the main roads. Might have found one in town, but a military map always has more details. Fabienne continues to be our anchor. To pay her back, let's achieve our goals.
What?
Time for nap time. Bed is simple and clean. Has an aroma that reminds me of a clear sunny day. Maybe it's time to call it a night.
Good night.
Rest well.
Can I come in?
Would you like to read some more?
Want to read some more?
Not today. You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabienne I wouldn't cry.
I won't tell.
It's all right. I won't tell her.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it? Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise? The next time I see you again. Can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Got it.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out.
Yep.
Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
'Tis kind of you to say. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
I do.
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two? So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. as a knight, it's not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It's gonna be me. Oh. Hey. She's on the box side.
Lady Juna!
A candidate, huh?
Faraway sky, blue and clear. Echo my wish, so that all may hear. One and all born to this land, as here we stand. Let us greet the rising dawn, hand in hand. Faraway sky, faraway sky so clear. Let my wish echo far beyond the shore.
Is this the national anthem of Ukraine? What tribe is she? Nydia? Damn, she got nothing going on under there.
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the exhibition
That looks
of the
cool as
brave.
fuck.
Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights.
That also looks cool as
And
fuck.
finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown.
All right, let's fucking see it.
Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78 Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Boo!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
Boo that motherfucking old man.
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action.
Holy
All
fucking
I
shit.
wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
The fucking staff, the symbol of the Sanctus is a triangle. It's a two-dimensional triangle.
We come next to His Eminence's
But the
champion,
actual
very
item
spear in his hand,
on his
the
staff
warrior
is a
monk
fucking
captain
pyramid.
of the Grand Theocracy, Master Giddo.
It's three-dimensional.
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence.
I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, crier! Where's Count Louise?
Yeah, where is Lewis anyway?
All right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
There it is.
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger War.
Hey, Roger.
By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus.
Hey,
In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
I bet you one of these guys
Now,
actually know
we have one
taxes.
final candidate.
Just straight up.
Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
Hi.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
I'm into that, what that lady's putting down.
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
Cool.
That nitwit! What is he doing?
Oh, something's gonna pop.
So, contestants, are you ready?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
Oh my fucking god.
A land runner?
It's quick! Wait, it's headed right for them!
It'll crash!
Whoa!
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What hell? Isn't he a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you fool. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time. That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all. Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games
Wait,
begin.
Forden's gonna compete? That just clicked in my head.
We must take to the road.
Like,
Come on!
he's gonna fucking fight a monster? No, he's not. Oh my god, that is crazy fast. We're trucking now, gentlemen. Ended up standing out more than I expected. Gained a lot of interest, but I only consider this part of my mission to aid the prince. Oh shit!
Just a sec.
What's with this thing? Is this our carriage?
Can you hear me?
Shall I just run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing just as much. You're just as crazy as this runner. Take the compliment, little lady. Now let's have some coordinates for a test run. What's happening now?
Let's see.
Oh, we need to go to a place called Martira. Old Castletown, I think. Should be a ways south.
Let's see.
Hold on. Hold on.
Wait, is that going to take like 4 days?
Oh, nice. Let's see.
Let's zoom out.
Wow.
There's Martira. There it is. Down to Martira on the Scraps legs, I'd say it'd be about 4 days, 3 nights. It's a great deal faster than the carriage. Surely the roads will be safer with that kind of speed. Bally good. Now cinch those britches, chaps. Full steam ahead to Martira, Old Castle Town.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you used to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that.
I like this dude a
riding the
lot.
wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg. Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neurus.
Neurus.
An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
Oh. We're flashing back.
Neurus? Are you there?
Oh my god.
I'm coming in.
That's like Asuka's exact shade. Also my wife.
Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it! Off with you now! Leave me be!
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God.
Just keeping this shit in his fucking garage.
Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Nuras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You watch too much fantasy Top Gear, brother.
Imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Yeah, a little bit.
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the value runner alone.
Look, this runner... it is fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate. For both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where last I heard? So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
So this guy, I think, is the winged tribe that won't be a party member.
Is that enough?
That rounds out the
Can this old
9.
duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world.
Probably.
I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
We die together.
Well, if we die, we all die together.
Ha! The boy's bold as brass.
'Tis not an invitation, you dolt. Eyes on the road.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and greasework. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brylehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
I trust you guys.
I trust all of you completely.
Good enough for me. A captain's got to trust his crew, after all. The bounty's Heismay, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet, 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
How's the game? It's fucking incredible.
I'll
Thank
try
you.
to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
I want to explore this gauntlet runner, man.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no fairy picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And I'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him,
I love this dude.
I suppose.
The Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities, such as strategy, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can also visit Academia by finding more, talking to him. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look on your way there. Never been in a Gauntlet Runner. I don't want to see what the engine room's like. This is a new section. Gauntlet Runner Engineer. Engineer that designs and maintains Gauntlet Runners. Because Magla crystals power runners, engineers need to be familiar with the workings of magic and magic igniters. But they also need to be well versed in a wide range of fields, from dragon crystal technology for movement to armaments for battle. That's the cost required is substantial. Engineers almost exclusively come from noble families who own Gauntlet Runners. Milo Morozio, an Ishkia candidate participating in the tournament. Princely man claiming to be an illegitimate son of the Montario royal family. Pledges to adopt a caste system based on beauty, with himself the most beautiful of all, bestowing grace and honor upon the country of king. His suave looks and mannerisms have earned him a devout following. Each time he smiles from the stage on his Gauntlet Runner, the Palace of Beauty, Hildebrand, shrill screams can be heard from the crowd. Batlin. Albus Batlin, a Clamar man who works as a crier for the Crown Theocracy. Most criers prefer rhetoric that venerates and strengthens the authority of sanctism in the royal family, but Batlin's the opposite, prioritizing the provocations of the people, as though commentating a sport. Though highly admired amongst the townspeople, he drew the ire of the Crown Theocracy for his roguish methods. However, when the royal magic made what amounted to one's popularity being the sole factor in succession, the Crown Theocracy pivoted, suddenly assigning Batlin the monumental responsibility of heading Sanctum's public relations as the tournament's official crier. Glodell. Idias Glodell, a young Ressant warrior who serves Lewis in his lower rungs. Keeping his dog at his side, even in battle, he's earned the title of the Black Hound, out of both fear and ridicule. Because Louis did not formally enter the tournament for the throne, Goodell entered on his own volition to secure Louis's following and act as a proxy for their support. He hopes that if he can make a name for himself in the tournament, Louis will acknowledge him. Godot. Ovis Godot, muscular, bald-headed Brisant warrior who serves as the captain of the Monk Army, enforcement arm of the Crown Theocracy, and Fortin's primary bodyguard. He assumed the role of captain after his predecessor lost his life during the suppression of the Mage Academy in Montario. He specializes in a unique fighting style that combines magic, spath, and spear techniques passed down through generations of warrior monks. Neurus. Neurus Corax, genius engineer of the Ishkia tribe, can single-handedly manage all things Gauntlet Runners, from planning to maintenance to piloting, and was contracted to build the Prince's Gauntlet Runner before the Prince vanished. Comes from a noble, highly respected family with a stately mansion in Grand Trad, but as he shows absolutely no interest in social status or family prestige, it's dismissed by his family as an unmanageable oddball. Despite his pedigree, his appointment to build the Prince's Runner was solely based on merit, not a social standing. Since then, Neurus has retained a strong sense of gratitude toward the royal family. Unfortunately, as both the Prince and King met successive suspicious ends, Neurus was unable to repay the favor, which burdened him greatly. Ishkia tribe. Tribe recognizable by their avian wings, as well as their almond eyes and long eyelashes. Though the fewest in number of the 8 tribes, they have a reputation for their intelligence, giving them a strong presence in bigger cities. Many find higher status in intellectual labor, such as scholars and sanctors and the like, making it not uncommon for Ishkia to be wealthy. Due in part to their regal statue, Ishkia are commonly admired. However, the act of speaking down on others has been ingrained in their nature for some, making it just as common for them to be resented. Incidentally, their avian-like wings are purely cosmetic. Though they are able to move them a small degree, they have no structure. They're actually just clusters of feathers. Those who aren't fond of the Ishkia latch onto this deficiency of flight to ridicule them. This is so fucking cool.
What's this?
We need a cloth. There seems to be a big barrel. I wonder what it's for. This is so fucking cool. And yeah, this thing is hauling ass. Cloth covered device. Strange device wrapped in cloth. Looks like one of Neurus' inventions in the making. Oh, look, he's got a little mustache cat. Oh my god, that's our beds. Seem pretty small. They're fucking capsule beds.
Got it.
It's the kitchen. I can prepare meals here. Engine room corridor. Deck. Hulkenberg. Runner makes a smooth ride at least, eccentricities aside. Certainly earned his title as court engineer. That being said, more concerned with unseen workings. I do hope he hasn't made any dubious additions. Carriage can't begin to compete with the Gauntlet Runner speed. Suppose they earn their rep. That, I'm in constant fear of losing my lunch is far from ideal. Once this thing is moving, the journey will be pleasant. Massive door. Leads to the end of the Gauntlet Runner. Locked tightly to prevent accidental entry. Cockpit appears to be above there. Mind they're up, lad. Wouldn't want you going overboard. Maybe I should stay down here. Watchtower, shall we? This is so cool. This is so cool. Look up. Oh yeah, no, this is the corpse of a dragon. Oh, there's fucking monsters about. Ah, the main deck. Oh, cool, and you can see him up there. That fucking rules. To the engine. Washing machine. Handmade by Neuros. Seems there's nothing in it at the moment.
This?
Wonder what makes this thing run. First time on a gauntlet runner, eh? That scared me. It looks like the pipe's in here too. Call the runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use magnet crystals as fuel to run, you see. Used to be you take your life in your hands when you travel the wilds. Now, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, a gauntlet runner was born. Runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beast, made for zero momentum loss, even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed, another step closer to my dream. What dream is that? Long story, my girl, best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few nights and days. Never mind then, maybe another time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress, but by the time I'm done, she'll have a few new tricks. Just you watch. Sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. You'll continue towards your destination while spending time here. Utilize facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you can't do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become active over time. You also spend time with your allies, which may help to improve your virtues. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. Man, that igniter? Never seen an igniter like this before. I recognize that. Do you guys recognize that? That's a collider, yeah. That's a particle collider. Why do you guys have a fucking particle collider in this thing? This level of technology is so extreme for the setting. Magic igniter, enormous compared to those who buy the army. If I recall correctly, it uses magnet crystals. Hey, it's more. Wow, there's a lot going on down here, man.
Now, where was I?
Hey, more.
Would you look at this?
Says the power of a new archetype. Do come to me.
Do make yourself at home.
More. I need to learn something. Oh, you know what? I just realized. There's room for 6 skills. That's awesome. Let's get Patra in here. And let's get yeah, I've been using Blizz a lot.
All right.
Let's go with Bot. Oh, excuse me. Meow. Get a kid.
You'll come again.
Meow, meow, meow. I love that kitty cat. I'm gonna kiss him. Is that a fucking vacuum?
Come on.
Weird Tool's actually a cleaning igniter that Neuros modified to create wind that collects dust. Pretty nifty. No, it's hard, but all the lifting and bending is over sure strengthening your legs, right? Max HP item. Not now. Research test. This must be where new inventions are born. Unique items are lined up here. Personal belongings, I think. Look at those glasses. Bag of cotton. Fluffy bag that's perfect for sitting. If I sat on it, I don't think I'd be able to move. Never smelled this fragrance. Can't tell if it's used for food or fuel. It's probably fucking gunpowder.
This?
Neuros' homemade washing machine. Washing clothes can sometimes cleanse the mind. No.
Understood.
I'm good with max MP. Those are like traps for your stats. You know that? Oh yeah, Neuros is gonna give us Gunner. For sure. This is such a cool little base. I love this thing. Bookshelves lined with interesting books. I could read New World Travel Diary and Pride and Persuasion. Fictional chronicle of a boy's journey in a fancy place called the New World. Haven't started reading. Could gain more imagination. Not now. Pride and Persuasion. Outlines useful conversational techniques for convincing others. Haven't started yet. Neuros probably left this here, huh? You take it to the window. More eloquence. Not now, thank you.
Speaking of...
Neuros said they got the kitchen up and running. If you're hungry, fancy a meal? Hardly consider myself a chef of any great skill. The Stroll said he wanted to try some of the recipes he learned at the Hush Honeybee. Gauntlet Runner's cooking table to whip up some food for you and your allies. Eating prepared meals can grant your party various positive effects. To cook, you'll need ingredients. Buy them, win them, or find them lying around. Try to experiment. After you've made every dish at least once, you may learn how to create the ultimate culinary masterpiece. Whose handwriting is this? There are notes about new potential recipes. Maybe not. Oven. Hulkenberg said that most things are edible if you put them over a fire, but is that really true?
So?
Washing area. You gotta wash your dishes properly, but being that water's a precious resource, that goes double. Stock with food suitable for a long journey. Prefer to cook it first before eating it. Water doesn't work right now. I'll wait for it to get fixed. Should I use the toilet? Yes. Yes, I should.
Right.
Refreshed after spending some time in the bathroom. I did a poopy. Feel drunk. Don't vomit here.
Sorry.
I'll survive. I can handle the swinging of a carriage, but this, it's another beast. Seems like I'll have to learn to endure it. Map showing the area around our destination.
Let's see.
Wonder where we are right now.
And there, let's see.
Oh, cool.
And there's a campground. It's your call.
Cool. I feel like the game's calendar is lying to me. It's the 24th. 1, 2, 3, 4 months. But you can
What now?
there are items in like the first fort you can't get the first time you're there. We're going to be going back to Grand Trad to do that other side of the dungeon. If it takes 4 days just to travel,
this.
All right. I'm curious as to what I should be doing. I think I'm gonna read a book about imagination.
Actually?
I'll be honest, I realized something. So many things in this world which, very simply, I don't understand. So many things I've learned since we started traveling together. You've matured.
Now we're talking.
What?
What are you saying? I was immature before? It's not like you knew more about the world than I did. Hey, Grail. I know this time we're traveling for our mission, but if all goes well, I want to go on another journey where I'm free to do what I want. Sounds like fun.
Right.
Let's do it. Yes, let's. I don't know where we'd go, but I'm looking forward to it already. Of course, I want to contribute further to whatever you do in the future. I'll have to keep working hard. Well, can you think of anything I can do to help you out? You're already helping me plenty, buddy.
What?
Really? Hearing that makes me happy, especially since I don't have anything to do anymore to keep you satisfied. Conversation kind of went off in a unique direction, huh? Let's keep reading that book for a bit. It describes a new world. If a place other than this really exists, I'd like to visit someday.
All right.
Oh my god! 4. And it gives you the goddamn thing right away. Weapon says, I'm not sure about this book, but for the other book, there are correct answers.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
At night, the vast wilderness outside of town is ensconced in darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart Gauntlet Runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While in encampment, you can use any of the facilities like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies. Give it a try. First time camping in the Gauntlet Runner. Kind of excited. It'll be a long night, so why not spend some time relaxing with someone? Oh. That was a smooth ride, huh? Smooth as butter, luxurious as a palace, awe-inspiring, tear-jerking? Absolutely. Runner's such a guilty pleasure. Though credit where it's due, my tinkering certainly helped make her what she is. The full disclosure, it's all thanks to a little mechanism I whipped together that keeps her legs from sinking into the dunes. Wouldn't have to worry about the terrain if she could just fly. That's a story for another day. Off you go, get your 40 winks. Insects gathering by the campfire. Oh, you can eat these bugs, according to Hulkenberg anyway. So try and catch one. Caught one of the bugs. It's my turn to cook, so I could use it as an ingredient. So my boy Stroll's got a big imagination, huh? She's also got imagination.
Well met.
I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. Certainly no stranger to traveling, but I have no idea how to spend idle hours. If the idea appeals, might we talk a bit? Yes. Power we've awoken to. I have all sorts of questions, but what I really find curious is these forms we've taken on. Each has their own unique aspects, but one that they all have in common is our armor-like appearance. What do you make in that? It's kind of... It's bizarre. Never seen armor like that. The designs do set them apart, but it was not their actual appearance I meant to ask about. In my opinion, the armor encloses the raging forces within us, allowing us to direct that power as one directs a horse by its reins. It said people would lose their magic because they refuse to confront their fears and anxieties, forever unaware of the power lurking within them. Is that not one of the very conditions to awaken our slumbering power? Also, hence why it's so exhausting, why it cannot be maintained for long? Ravenous appetite I had afterwards is proof. We do well to practice diligence maintaining our food reserves. Imagination?
All right.
Getting late. Quite late. We have a ways to go yet, so I'd very much like to continue chatting with you. Talk for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning.
Top of the morning, dear passengers. I trust the sleeping quarters more than exceeded your expectations.
True.
They're better than I feared, considering how tiny they are. But I got a question. Isn't the desert sand going to do a number on this runner? My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl. Nary a grain of sand could fit between our seams, I assure you. Regardless, we are leaving these arid dunes behind tomorrow.
I knew it!
Runners really are neat, huh? A carriage would never be able to get through the desert this fast, but just keep an eye on the road, okay, Neuros? Arrive at Martyr in 2 days, huh? Oh, shit.
Hey.
Maintenance of my weapons. Refreshing. Maintaining my weapon might improve my focus and hone my courage. Maybe later.
I see.
Well met.
Really, you've come at a perfect moment. I was just thinking of pondering some battle strategies. Abstract game and military tactics. Care to indulge me? Wisdom. Alright.
Well then.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking stressed out. I don't know which one to do. Fuck. I'm gonna read this book. What do these stats govern? They basically lock out quests.
What's that?
Stared up at the heavens. There a sparkle in the azure firmament caught his eye. The moon? At midnight? No. Despite its cold, stony glow, it's no moon nor star. There were those who said it was the corpse of an ancient, indomitable dragon. Others said it was a pavilion in the sky, erected by Empyrean beings.
Oh, yeah?
Strange light in the sky. The way it's written, I feel like this light's meant to be the key to the new world or something. What do you think the light is? The remains of a dragon or a pavilion built by Empyrean beings? I'm gonna go with pavilion.
Oh, that's right.
I think it's the pavilion.
Right?
Yeah, there's something dreamlike about people who live in the sky, isn't there? You think they have wings?
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4. I know the new world's just fictional, but I'd like to visit if it were a real place. Still more left. Pick it up next time.
I say, we could
Break time,
stop
chump. Something up again, so we'll be stopping here.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The gauntlet runner comes to a stop at its base.
Shall we get a closer look? Wow. It's so pretty. It's not just the leaves, it's like the whole area has been painted red.
Certainly.
Place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child, told of a great tree located somewhere within the country whose color shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future? How does a plant grow this huge in the middle of the desert? Not sure if it explains it, but I am sensing an incredible amount of magla here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, sir, but a magical organism that feeds off magla. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery. Pulled a paper or brush from his pocket and began to draw the landscape.
Hey.
Wow, Neuros, how'd you get so good at drawing? Ah, my boy, meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it. I'm finished. Take it as a keepsake. You giving it to me? Sure I can have this?
Yeah.
Of course, I've already committed it all to the safety of my mind. No need for the sketch itself anymore. I received Neuros' research picture. The drawing is intricately detailed and can accurately convey the full majesty of this place to a viewer who's never been here.
Hey there!
Why don't we give that to Maria? I bet she'd love to see something from our journey. We could tell her a story about it. Next time we're in Grand Trad, I should give this drawing to Maria.
Huh?
Magical organism in the form of a tree. Say, aren't fairies in the same classification? Precisely. Gallica is a most precious treasure as well, but I'm observing her very closely, which gives me great insight to my own research into flight.
Huh?
What? You've been observing me? I don't recall asking. Knock it off.
However,
Turning our attention back to the tree. I've heard it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder what matter of anomalies its current color pretends. Took a brief detour, but I feel that seeing the rare sights broadened my wisdom.
All right.
You know, being able to actually see the progress is going to make these a lot more satisfying to level. Because you can see where you're stuck.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet Runner. The party, secure in their Gauntlet Runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
We'll be in Martira the day after tomorrow. I wonder what kind of place it is. Tree of Prophecy. Towering, rich crimson tree of overwhelming presence that rises from the middle of the desert, roughly halfway between Grand Trad and Martira. In reality, it is a magical plant that feeds on ambient magla as its nutrients. As a result, it's sensitive to subtleties in nature such as weather and earthquakes, and is said to reflect impending natural disaster through the color of its foliage. In recent years, both leaves and its surrounding fog have been tinged red, never before seen reaction. The superstitious wonder if this new omen marks dark days to come.
speaking of...
Excellent timing. I just heard something that caught me rather by surprise. After our cart to Grand Trad was beset by bandits and you were thrown out, you walked the desert to reach the city. Such a vast, empty expanse. Easy land to get lost in, I'm sure. Well, I had Gallica.
Fair point.
Of course, no need to worry with her at your side, huh? Suppose that's why she's been tasked with the role of messenger. In the event you ever find yourself lost in the wilds, let me offer my own advice. Search for the first star. Moves in the west in the evening and to the east at night. Time and again, it's helped correct my path on the journey to find His Highness. Still, I must say, I did not expect to return to life on the road. It will be a long journey yet. Perhaps we better rest while we can. So, stellar drift is something that happens normally in the real world because of parallax between yourself and the distance. But the star moves to the west and then back to the east? That's not a star. That's a celestial body.
Hey.
Hey, you looking for something to do? Weapons are as sharp as they're gonna get and I'm not up. Keep me company? Let's talk with Stroll at night.
Now then.
Next up, Martira. I feel like just yesterday I first marched in the royal capital. So much has happened in such a short span of time. I met you, we went over to the northern fortress and awakened a mysterious power. I once thought magic like this only existed in heroic tales of times long past. Speaking of which, I've been thinking about perhaps this is the same power that hero kings once used. If that's the case, then why do you think so many of them met miserable ends? Power isn't everything.
What's that about?
Oh, I see.
As kings, they had to govern their people and maintain the peace. Martial might alone wouldn't help you there. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. Moreover, we got more than one power at our disposal. On top of that, we got allies who share those abilities as well. Continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great old kings of old. Though this does make me wonder, just how many more of these powers are still out there?
Now then.
That's gonna do it. Inspire.
Imagination.
Yeah. True sovereignty is thy aspiration. Furnish thyself with the creativity to bring the ideal world of thy thoughts to fruition. Conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passions may be inflamed. Come now, too early for bed. Let's talk some more. We talked for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Finally! We're out of the desert! Oh wow, I missed all this green!
Why is it so bumpy?
Dude, still?
That'd be the change in terrain, lad. See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
Whoa.
What the? Did we just crash? Of course not. That's
a cannonade.
Oh shit. Oh, they are popping.
Star is rising. Ah!
Sanctism will reign. Ah!
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Guido, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
They're not trying to land a fatal shot, just aiming to break the other runner.
Stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So 'tis a clash to hold each other's advance. Damned fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look! Over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Guido's firepower.
Plan hinges on winning Lewis's favor. Can we afford to abandon Gladel if he's one of Lewis's supporters?
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
Does this matter? Yeah, I kind of want an answer if this matters. Not really. False choice. All right, let's help Gladel.
Let's give Gladel a hand here.
Good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gladel's aid.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay then, it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner phone out there.
We're here to help. Withdraw, Gladel. Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's enough! You would profane the sacred a second time!
Oh shit.
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished!
Looks like the magic won't shield us. Aim to kill us here and now.
You dare interfere in my fight! Know your place! Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names? Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, Oleg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless.
Man, this election's popping the fuck
Remember,
off.
the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren! Put the fear of God into these impious commoners!
Don't forget about the petrification magic!
I call upon royal power within! Hack and slash!
Coin can solve problems a blade cannot. Burn!
Damn.
Observe for all that we strive for! Not now.
Resistance is futile!
Yeah, they're real.
This is God's judgment!
What could you hope to achieve?
Only a flesh wound.
They're very real.
He knows we can't attack him.
The power of light!
God fucking damn, are you serious?
Hold on.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Prepare yourselves.
Come! No. With blade in hand! Shatter!
Let's go!
Oh, please!
Fuck!
What could you hope to achieve?
Damn it!
Stroll, they've sapped your defenses.
Are you prepared? Perhaps after me?
Fuck this. And fuck you.
Coin can solve problems a blade cannot. Come forth, royal soul! With healing power!
Trust needed.
My thanks.
Behold
Oh,
my
power of heroes! Join with me! No, not this. With blade in hand! I crush you!
More resilient than I expected. I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now, feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh.
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my
Hang in
brothers.
there.
Fuck, dude.
This is nothing.
Sanctism will reign!
Falkenberg's guard is down.
Let's do this!
Go!
I'll cut you down!
Right on target.
Let's stay calm.
Nice one, Stroll.
We can do this!
Thank you.
I owe you.
Stroll,
Is everyone all right?
sapped your defenses.
Sever!
Know your warriors!
No holding back!
Oh, holy light!
Charge! Sanctism will reign!
God damn it.
You need training.
Dodge,
Take
Falkenberg.
this!
Like poetry in motion.
You can't do that.
Falkenberg's guard is down.
I won't hold back! Fire!
Pull up, Oh, power of heroes! Not now. I'll stay my blade.
Let's get on with it, brethren!
Strike true!
Resistance is futile!
Sanctism will reign!
Nothing.
Oh, these guys are real.
Sanctism will reign!
Down! Get her back up!
Take this!
Captain's hurt bad!
Still fight!
Let's get him some healing!
Vitus power!
Money.
So, the faithful are broken before you, yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him!
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of sanctism. Now, are you prepared for the end?
No.
Ah, I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
Bye.
Phew. Finally, he took the hint. Hey, get down here.
Wait, he's with that girl.
What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
I guess you live to see another day.
I guess you survived this time.
Don't you talk down to me. You want to see what I'm really capable of?
Why, Gladell, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy.
Wait, how did he get out here?
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. Consider me chastened and shoe. Besides, I might have found another.
How did he get here?
That's just as promising.
You surprised
No, wait,
me
what
out
the
there,
fuck?
love. You bested Godot. So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must remember to contain yourselves.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nydia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
Aye, but that's... oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore.
Oh my god.
I'd know the suspensions anywhere. You had Caden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juno, the kingdom's greatest singer, the dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck?
Nah, it's just you.
Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of this group, I suppose it falls to me.
You're an interesting little ensemble.
Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one?
Yeah, I got a fairy.
Where did you...
Hey, up there!
Yo, what the fuck?
An airborne gauntlet runner. He's actually finished.
Wait, that's Lewis's ship. Dude, it's so big. Holy shit.
Luis.
My lord Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladell got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Sanctist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my Lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Dude, what the fuck? The fucking right side of this screen is a bunch of fucking losers. Look at these fucking losers.
Glad to see Lady Juna's safe, at least.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug. And I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
I'm a candidate.
I'm just another candidate.
Indeed. Then we are both striving for the throne. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance, so choose your words wisely, okay?
That's the wrong answer.
Hey, I know you want to get this right, but this is no time to get lost in thought.
Oh, I see.
I want to help you, Count Luis.
Oh? You fight in my name, do you?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in.
Anyone? Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing
this
more
is so
than to see
disgusting.
your vision realized, Lord Luis.
You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
Now I'm gonna spin in place.
See you, loves.
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector.
What an absolute batch of fucking losers.
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then, that could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Glodell. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Heisme, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
As the chirping birds return to their nests and the darkness claims its dominion, the Gauntlet Runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beings of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the Gauntlet Runner.
Cool. Oh, we missed out on the afternoon because of that fucking thing.
Ah! Oh, damn it, blast!
Did you hear that?
I did.
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life.
You just taking a hard shit,
Genius
dude?
engineer.
Let's say we go check on him.
Oh.
Hey, Nurse, you okay?
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
You seem troubled, buddy.
Is there something troubling you?
Ah, well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see. She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless.
An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a burly apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany, like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort, but somehow that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore.
This is becoming more and more like Shin Megami Tensei. So do you know what you remember how the Mistari have a godly relic, which they believe is the only way God talks to them? I feel like it's going to be like a fucking cell phone. Like an iPhone.
Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you seen one?
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sproglet, there was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are. That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even
describe it,
lit
please.
a fire in me, like being struck by lightning. After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas, ideas, ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Kumiro or some such.
Well, let's just go get it.
This one's important.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Okay, it's getting late. I'd like to save my game, please. So arrive in Martyr this evening, then. Good. We'll be liberated from this blasted shaking. Liberated? I do believe I take offense to that. Fairy girl's right, you know. Carriage could never keep up the space. Some gratitude would be appreciated. Apologies. I'm grateful. It's just hard to show it while on the verge of losing your lunch. Then I pray we can afford further hindrances like yesterday.
Isn't that...
Once we're having time, we're supposed to meet with Barden, right? Sure, the sights will be distracting. Let's not keep the man waiting.
Departing the
Oh
capital
my fucking god.
and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martira, where their client Barden awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
Oh, cool.
'Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
Ah, you're here! I've been hoping you'd show up soon.
I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She's also a most holy sanctuaress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Criganti Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Thornton to win the tournament.
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne. Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates gauntlet runners. The criers say Forden's allies suffered the worst of it.
Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them, I mean. Some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
Lewis is a bitch.
Luis is nothing but a tyrant.
Yes. Such atrocities in his name. Unforgivable.
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sakes. Now, I'm sure you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
Ah, you've a local delicacy. It would be a welcome treat.
You chaps go on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on, don't worry, and I'll sort her out. Might well fix the Bally waterworks while I'm at it.
Come, everyone. This way.
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Roasted larvae of the giant sandworm. It's
Okay.
Martira's culinary speciality. Cooked to a delicate finish, just enough to preserve all the natural juices and flavors of the innards.
Oh, good. Larval innards.
It is a unique texture, to be sure, but the taste is divine, exquisite.
You're completely
Oh, she's
serious,
a
aren't you?
fucking foodie.
Something the matter? Do try some of your own before it gets cold.
Looks great.
It looks great.
Come now, they're offering us fine hospitality. It is only right that we graciously savor it.
Yes, absolutely right. I'll be cheering you on. And, I'll see to the funeral plans.
Barely bitten into the thing and I already felt a spray of something. As for the taste, it's not that bad.
Are you actually enjoying that?
How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit, but it's harmless, I assure you.
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but... to business. Can you fill us in on the details of all these kidnappings?
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months. All told, we're looking at 15 children.
Holy
unaccounted
fucking
for.
shit.
Do you think this Heismay is your culprit?
I'm told he's a disgraced knight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his own.
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heismay. His hideout was in the midst of the Sandworm's territory, yes?
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't going to make this easy for us.
So...
Oh, Jesus.
Is Heismay's hideout way out here? Looks pretty far from Martira.
There's a runner.
Let's see here.
Rival Gauntlet Runner.
Let's see.
Sands Camp.
Let's see.
Giant sandworm nest.
Here's where we... Alright.
Here's our current position.
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how he can even survive out there.
We've been chasing any lead we have, but we can't figure it all out. We're in over our heads.
We'll get the job done.
We'll get this job done.
We're awful grateful to have you. And don't worry, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, Nobody else in the royal capital would give it a second glance.
We help anyone in need. That's why we've come this far.
Inspiring words, young man. Now, I hope you're not full yet. We've a whole spread of other dishes for you.
Yeah, bugs. Yeah.
This is the pride of the town. A fine sweetmeat made from the juvenile sandworm's entrails. You'll find this tastes as sweet as any dessert. Together, I'm sure we can find a way to the stronghold without falling prey to those worms. Now, please, dig in.
Tis altogether different from the roast. Why, tis succulent as a mellow fruit. Another marvel.
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wilds, eh?
I'll schedule a meeting with the Honourable Lady Joanna tomorrow. Please, rest your weary heads for today.
If they aren't here calling a free meal out of us, that is.
Now.
Yo, Morris is fucking so for real.
It's been a while.
Has a spacious bed. Gonna meet the lady of the town first thing in the morning, so get your beauty sleep. Hey, new informant, but fuck that. New time period.
What now?
Oh, I'll read this later. I'm fucking
What
so
now?
tired. It's bedtime now. Oh, it's gonna be rough tomorrow, brother. Oh boy. All right. I did it. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Sorry, I got a little tired there. At the end. Hey, Rip Big Puss up. Thanks, man. So did Stradkey and Animatic. All right. See you tomorrow.